Okay, I have a little problem here. I was putting the rear Jato axles on, and when I noticed that, you see that gap right there? When it compresses and the suspension travels, it hits right there. So my arm suspension travel would only be so, not a lot. So over here on the stock truck, see how the gap is right there, to where when you hit a bump or go to jump, the truck comes down, the suspension arms go up, and there's still a gap. Comes up, gets a little wider right there. So when you're jumping, their suspension is normal, and when it's compressed, see how the axle goes into it? But with this one, on my two-wheel drive with the Jato rears, that's how big the gap is. So when the suspension compresses, it's going to hit, and that's about all it's going to be able to compress, which is not that much. Right here, about that much. Look how much further it can go down. I mean, that's really bottoming out, but if you're coming off of a hard landing and truck squats and compresses pretty, all the way down, this is not going to hit. And then this one, it will. See how close that is? When it compresses, it's going to hit. And look how much that is. Not a whole lot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it. And the reason why, see, this is the Jato. This is a stock.
Dad, come see where I go back.
So if you look here, the bottom one is the Jato, and the top one is the stock two-wheel drive. See how much more longer the Jato is? So I need to trim it just a tad, and that's what I'm going to do. Just trim it, put it back together, see what happens. Stay tuned.